I want to apologise for the game audio at times overpowering my voice in the previous episode. I'm still getting used to the settings of this new mic that I have. The advantage is that it has better noise suppression. The downside is that I also have to turn it down a little bit so that I don't have sudden pops. So this is Zulte Waregem in the quarterfinals of the European Cup. I've never heard of them because they're Belgium, and I don't know any Belgium teams other than Club Brugge. But it looks like we have a good chance of scoring here because they were unable to get out of their own half, and the centre of their defence is pretty fragile. So let's finish that, or we have to do it with Rainbow. No! They still haven't managed to get out of their own half, and I'm pulling the Gegenpress on him. I pushed Mayland up the previous turn. I can lay off Jerd to here so he doesn't have to go around the left back and get the goal. And I cut my commentary for the intervening actions, but Waregem have been trying to attack but to little success. And now I was debating whether to sub off Jerd at the... oh, I can just walk in. I don't even need to attempt that rainbow. I will sub off Jerd now. Oh, that is also a big risk because... oh, wait, Fellows can see off the bulk of the danger there. And the DF line covers his regular shot. Shearer moves up to specialisation level 7. Since he's already taken Sweeper utility player, this is now a regular level up for him, and we can get plus 70 experience. We've got Liverpool in the league next, and this could be tricky. I have decided to sit Jerd out so that he'll be able to come back strong for the second leg against Waregem. It's still a tough matchup for us, though. Macbeth, even without playing out, is playing with 141 control. That is effective control rating. He's actually only got 94, but because this game juices up goalkeepers so much, they are very difficult to play even without a particularly high stat. So do I just do a dumb cross? Well, actually, it was a really dumb cross because now they've gotten a 3 play to end the half. I wasn't even expecting that outcome, but that is what has happened. Yeah, well, there is no way we should have gone 1-0 down. It's a case of only having a 10% chance of Binz's header being off target to even allow them a chance to counter us in the first place, and then them getting lucky on a couple of rolls in a row once they were in that position to do it. And because that switch to the centre still hasn't happened for Shearer, because there was never a break in the play, Liverpool are going to end up 2-0 up. And honestly, even though we had some unlucky rolls, I can't say they didn't deserve it. And they were only 8 points away from us in the league too, so they could be trouble in the grander scheme of things come season's end. But for now, we have a solid chance to reach the semi-finals. Probably not the best idea to have Attil lofted up. Would have been better off having him run, but I wanted Ginger to get in the action. This is going to be 1 goal conceded at least, but I don't really care. Oh, now I do, because the game has crashed. I don't believe it. This is the 3rd time this game has crashed this season alone after a spotless record for the entire playthrough. And now we're going to have to do all the hard work again to get into the semi-final. In fact, we may still be able to score down the same line that I scored one of my goals with in the attempt that crashed. And that's exactly what happens. And they might still get one. Oh, his motivation expired just in time for Fellows to make the diving catch. Which means we can go down this corridor again. I was starting to think maybe I could just toss it up to Jerd there, but no, we wouldn't have had enough actions to do that. So let's just do this one more time. I'll probably sub Draco off after this if it goes in. And in fact, it might be even better for us because that ball came to rest right next to Malin, so even though if they picked it up, 3B for us can dribble all the way in. The reaction guys don't matter because, crucially, there was still a player right next to it. And they're going to score off the kickoff because they gave Tempest a chance. It is what it is. And that's going to be the ball game. Nice. Ginger should really get 5 specialization points for that because that's a successful action and well, I suppose it doesn't make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things, but I do want him to get to level 3 sooner rather than later. Malin, meanwhile, got to level 8 and well, the only way from here is defense. Just the usual coach signing now that we have a ton of glory to use. Gotta go with forwards. See if we can bang up the accuracy of our strikers to get even more goals. Stiff 1-2 punch in the league because after Liverpool, it's Manchester United. However, it's not actually a difficult matchup for us, assuming that this initial lofted pass is on target because we do have an angle to angle this cross in, and there, as I said last episode, this goalkeeper's a liability because he's got no control. Could turn out to be a shootout though because their strikers do have control, and even though that dribble didn't work, we can't rely on all of their dribbles to fail. Well, that being said, there's a good chance we just go 2-0 up now because same line as the Warrigem game. Draco is going to go on a run and Binns only needs to beat the sweeper to this header. Yep, this is going well. They have forced me to bring Delbridge all the way back because I don't have enough defense to deal with Laurie. Especially not whilst it's our turn. And they know it too. They've just fed him the ball right in front of the goal and... okay, it's not over yet. Just got to do what we can to put the game away at this point. Thankfully, we still have options when it comes to crossing it to Binns. Ginger can still do what we've been doing because he has speed down the flank. Whatever the passage of play is here, he could have made it 3-2 if he'd succeeded on that, but he was tired. So instead it's 3-1. We move on to Huddersfield Town. Definitely a trap game here. The lineup they've set up, Jerd is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting, but he can score if he gets to the goalkeeper. They're not going to take the direct shot either. They're actually going to lay off again, which isn't bad because it means that Card and Liddell get the first chance to block this. I would have liked that to have fallen onto Liddell's foot instead, but this isn't a bad outcome because actually we've cleared out the runway for Jerd to take a big cannon shot from midfield. And he gets that. Yep, sweeper with slide tackle proved to be a liability after all. I thought for a moment I could have moved Jerd one tile further out and given him a 3 cannon, but no, the sweeper would have still been there. Oh well, let's just do this the Rainbow Feint way. He can get himself a brace and then I'll probably sub him off because we do still want to save him for Leon. I wanted to cannon that, not Rainbow, but we still scored. Well, in the end, Huddersfield Town didn't do anything of note in this half, so it's going to be us coming away with this one. I don't think I even need to make a play. Oh, actually I do. So let's just kick it up to Draco. If they score, they score. We have a 2-goal lead. What does it matter if we win by 1 or 2? In the end, they didn't score because that slide tackle that probably would have allowed them to score failed. And so that's another league win. Because as you can see, we're gaining so many new fans at this point that we really do need that stadium upgrade before next season. So hopefully we can win the league so we can afford it. Before we think about league, however, Olympique Lyon semi-final European Cup. And whilst it's far from a dolly, we have been presented with a chance to score right from the offset because these are all centre-backs. And actually, Jerd is here because the idea is to feed him the ball here eventually so he can cannon a little bit later on. For now, it's the Binns show, but he misses. Maybe I could have done something with this if I'd had Delbridge go for that tackle and laid off Jerd. Still can take a shot though. Well, good chance to make amends. Fire takes the tackle. Jerd is now going to Rainbow Feint into the position we've been looking for all along, and even though he partially stopped that, he couldn't fully stop it. Jerd makes it 1-0. It is going to leave us in a pretty good position. Well, at least as long as the layoff pass doesn't outright fail. Corner kick. Will it though? Oh, saved the bicycle kick. They've got slide tacklers all over the field. This was never going to work for Fire. But I stopped cheesing the game by kicking it out of play in situations like this a while ago. Still, he's only got 40 accuracy, so what's the worst he can do? Oh, that's the worst he could do. But it doesn't work anyway, because Villeneuve only has level 1 head. Trying to loft it up there would only end in disaster because there's a chance it could just go out and give Lyon one more attack. So the smart play to back pass it and see out the clock. And so in what is a familiar position for us, we are going to Lyon's territory with a 1-goal lead and with them not having the crucial away goal. That will be next episode though, as this is going to be the last game for now. But first things first, let's try and score that goal. We get it. Yes, that is easy enough. Now let's see what Quaife can do when he has to deal with our entire... He dribbles with his 31 control. You've only got one good stat, use it. Delbridge is probably going to have to sit that Lyon game out though, because he's having to do a lot of the hard work here to ensure we have an attack. Or should I have had Stearman come up for this corner? I suppose it doesn't really matter because Binns is always going to be the main target. And this should be an easy goal. It is. Oh wow, they don't even get the ball back after missing the lofted pass. So Ginger's going to be able to go for a bit of a run now. At least I hope he is, yeah. And he could set up Binns for another goal. And that's exactly what happens. Ginger's turning out to be sneaky good for us. But you got to be careful though. I may have created a situation where everyone is too tired to play against Lyon. Well, Jerd will be 100% for sure because he's not even in the reserves bench. Oh, this could be the first real opportunity Quaife has had. It still doesn't work out for Quaife, but I was about to think maybe Davenport could may take a cheeky crack, but they still had their sweeper in place, so that avenue has been closed off. I take the shot anyway, but it's only 3-0 as opposed to potentially 4-0. Nonetheless, what that does for the league table is we are 6 points clear with only 5 games to play. Burnley has come strong. We have a chance to knock Everton clean out of the league in a week's time.